Hi everybody, how are we doing today?
Good.
Thanks for coming along to this. You guys are all part of our early careers program at Phoenix. Tell me, how did you deal with moving from office working to remote working from home?
Well, obviously it's like completely different because instead of travelling in, you're just, going downstairs or into a separate room or whatever. But the main thing was sort of just finding a different way to like ask questions and ask for support from people, because you couldn't just turn around and be like, hey, can you help me with this? You had to either IM them or email them or even phone them sometimes.
Yeah,
is generally what I've thought.
Yeah, that's spot on. No, I think everybody was in a similar position in that regard. But Carrie, especially you guys being so new and it being your first jobs, it was really important to have that support there, that you can ask questions, and that is important. Ladies, what would you see as the positives? What are the positives for you for working from home?
You don't have to spend money on transport. And also not having to spend up to like 4 hours in a bus every day.
That's a very valid point, because if we're travelling in and out, that's going to save a lot of money on that. And also time, like you said. Anybody else got any positives from working from home?
You get the working from home allowance. You can work in clothes that you're comfortable in. You don't have to go in office clothes, and you're working more independently, so it encourages you to learn more and be more independent other than relying on other people all the time.
Well, that's a good point, Chloe. Excellent. What would you say were the challenges? What challenges did you encounter working from home?
So being part of the early careers, obviously this is like my first full-time job, and it was just sort of having to get into a new routine. You're obviously used to getting up early and going to the wait for the bus or a drive or however you get to work. So it was really, for me, learning new tasks. You weren't able to be sat beside somebody and they can't just show you and then you can then do it. We were having to share screens. So obviously if someone was having internet problems and the screen all of a sudden freezes, that's the sort of meeting being held up, and then you almost lose your track of thought and think, oh, where were they actually going with this point, or what do I do next? So I have been in that situation. So there's been quite a lot of video calls that I've had that have broken up. So there has been a lot of times that that's happened to me.
Yeah, it's a good point actually, because obviously when like Phoenix provided us all with kit, with the hardware that we needed to work from home, which was excellent. But anytime we've had problems, we're lucky that we have an IT support facility within the company that helps us with that. So that's but sometimes it's down to the Wi-Fi at home as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jem. Anybody else have any kind of challenges about working from home?
There's been quite a few challenges, because it's a first time for everyone really working from home full time. Not necessarily all work related, because there's things like not having the social interaction that you'd have in the office every day. Someone I know started a new job actually, and they were sitting having a beer for their birthday with their manager that they'd never met in person before, and they just thought it was quite odd that you've just not met people in real life and you're kind of talking to them every day online. There's been a lot of distractions as well. Like I know my biggest kind of challenge around remote working was being distracted and just having the TV next to you, or just switch that on because nobody's watching you. You just think you can do that stuff, but you need to get your head in the game and focus and be able to do that. Interruptions have been a big one, kind of on online meetings, Blue Jeans that we've been using. I've got a very vocal dog, so he's been barking a lot in all my meetings, and there's people that have had babies crying, answering the door to post. It's just, these things have been accepted now. It's pretty normal, so it's just kind of, this is going to be the way going forward, I think. So it was a challenge at first, but people have begun to accept them.
How did you choose kind of where you were going to work, and what were the kind of things you thought about where you needed to keep in mind when you're in video meetings with people at work, and considering your home environment where you set up your office, so to speak?
I think what Amy had said about the distractions, like finding somewhere that's not distracting for you. Like, I know having people in and out where I work every day is quite distracting, and then just having the telly behind you and the window, so you can just sit for 5 minutes doing nothing, and then you're thinking, oh God, I need to get back to work. So I think it's definitely the distractions, finding somewhere that's nice and quiet.
Okay. Any other considerations when thinking about where you're going to set up your work space?
I think I'm quite lucky because I managed to, we've got a spare room that I could work in, so I was kind of not in my bedroom with all my stuff. But I think I had to I've got a little sister that during the day I sometimes have to help her with her schooling and things when people are out. So I kind of had to pick a place that was big enough for us both that she could kind of play but not sort of be involved in the meetings and things.
Yeah, no, that's a really valid point. Like, I'm doing this today this is my son's bedroom, so you can see the bed in the back. So I had to very quickly make the bed before we came on this meeting. So just keeping things like that in consideration when you're thinking about it, if you have to use your bedroom for the space.